It's the realist.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your guy Realistic, and welcome to my tutorial vault. That's right, I'm gonna start grabbing some of my most classic tutorials over the years out of the vault and re-releasing them. That way y'all can enjoy, get your mixing and mastering skills back up. So if you find any of the information useful, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. That way this keeps showing up in your feed, and sit back and enjoy the content. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this little trick here. It's pretty simple, and this trick alone is not enough to be able to cover everything that you need to know for mastering. So if you want to know more about mastering, I got a playlist that you can click on right there and watch that. But this is just one little simple trick here, and so I'll show you what it is what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to filter out the sides. So I'm going to create this high pass filter, and then I'm going to switch that just to the sides here, and then we're going to filter out all the low end information on just the side. So we're going to keep things in the mids and the low end still there. Now, if you want to know more about mid side of what that is, I do have a full video on that, so you can click on that right there if you want to know more about it. But just the gist of it is mid is focusing on everything coming down the center, and then sides is going to be with everything that's coming out the left and right speakers separately there. So when we're dealing with things like low end, there's a lot of side information that we really don't need. And sometimes things like reverb or synth basses or pads can still have information in the low end that's on the sides, but we don't really need it. It just kind of adds some muddiness or something. So this little trick right here will clean that up. So let's go ahead and play this, and then I'll put that in. Right here, this is a track that I use. It's a loop from the Vocane vocal pack that we have from soundoracle.net, so I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check that loop pack out. So let's go ahead and hit play. I'm with the squad, I'm in the whip, I'm on the coast. So it's really subtle. It just kind of cleans it up a little bit there. I like to look at it like when you're cooking, right? There's certain ingredients where you don't need a lot of those ingredients, but just a little bit of it can actually make a little subtle difference. Like, for instance, if you're cooking, baking some cookies, right? The chocolate chips and the sugar is like the star of the show. That's the thing that people are going to notice the most that when you bite into it. However, a lot of times you'll add a little dash of salt in there. And not a lot, and it's not even that noticeable when you bite into the cookie, but it does make a difference, and it's important that it's in there. And same with this. It's not like a big drastic change, but it does make a difference. So let me go ahead real quick and show you what we're kind of cutting out here. I'll zero out some of the frequencies here. All right, so some of it's is pretty low. If you got a good set of studio monitors or headphones, you might be able to hear some of this low stuff. But it's just little rumbles and little resonating frequencies that we really don't need in there. And so it really helps to be able to cut some of that out. And like I said, that could be coming from the reverb, the delays. Sometimes it can come from stereo imagers. It can also come from pads and synth bass. All right, so as far as the numbers, right, because that's where it's all at, is what numbers are we using? Well, it's not going to be the same for every track, and so sometimes I'll go up to 80 where I'm rolling off, and sometimes I'll go a little bit higher and go up to 160. It all just depends on what I'm hearing and what my ears are telling me, and so I'll kind of just go up until like I notice a difference. So you really got to pay attention, and then once I notice a difference, then I'll back off a couple hertz here. Hit you with the switch up, hit you with the switch up, hit you with the switch up. Big bucks, hit you with the switch up, hit you with the switch up, hit you with the switch up. Yeah, and so for this particular song, I might go up to 150,
But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of songs where I've only gone up to 80 or 90. But again, I think this trick will help a lot. It's pretty easy, but it really will make a difference and just kind of clean up your mixes. It really also helps for your mixes and masters to be able to translate a lot better on smaller speaker devices. So that's another thing to keep in mind too. And this is a mastering trick here that I'm doing. So this is on my master channel, in case you're wondering what channel I'm throwing this on. So yeah, just keep it in mind that this is where we're throwing that on there. And also, like I said, we do have a bunch of videos on mastering if you want more in-depth stuff. So at the end of the video, I'll have our playlist and the suggested videos for you to be able to check that out.
Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this tutorial. If you found it useful, be sure to like and subscribe because it does help the channel grow. When you like a video, it tells YouTube that you liked it and maybe other people will like it as well. And also be sure to check out my online mixing and mastering courses, the art of beat mixing, the art of vocal mixing, and the art of mastering, all available now. And if this video was helpful and you're looking for other videos, you can watch a video here, here, and here. All right, until next time, y'all.